Hello everyone and welcome to Cooking Clean and Everything Between. I'm Morgana. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I'm super excited for today's video because I will unbox with you my HelloFresh trial and I will cook 3 of their meals so you don't have to. HelloFresh is a meal kit company that delivers step-by-step, fresh and pre-portioned recipes right to your door. Their website is very easy to use. You just have to select a plan that works for you and your family. They are very flexible also. You can skip meals, swap recipes, and cancel at any time. My box just arrived, so let's get it open. The box is very well packed. The first thing you will see is a welcome card and an explanation of how HelloFresh works. They also include some coupons, and in this box, they included a free gift. The food comes in a cooler bag inside of the box, so everything is nice and fresh when it gets to you. Now let's see what we have inside. The first thing I see is the free gift, which is a granola bar from Kodiak, and they also included a coupon in the box, so if you want to get more. All meals come in a labeled brown paper bag, and the meats are separated by this paper sign, and they are under the ice to ensure that does not get spoiled. I've been wanting to try HelloFresh for quite some time, and I would like to give a shout out to my coworker that gave me a coupon and I was able to get my first box for free. So Dee, thank you so very much. And here is me trying to figure out what meat goes with what bag. So here is the 3 meals I select for my first box. The first one is a citrus pork tacos. Every meal comes with the recipe cards, and here you see the quantities and step-by-step of how to make the meal. Second meal is an onion crunch chicken. They do also write on the cards what you're gonna have to add from your own home, which usually is just salt and pepper, butter, or oil. And the last meal is Firecracker Meatballs. Now it's time to get into cooking. I will start with the Firecracker Meatballs first, and here's the card with the instructions step by step. The add-ons for this recipe is salt, black pepper, and 2 teaspoons of oil. Now let's check the ingredients. So here we have 10 ounces of ground beef, and I'm gonna break it open the bag. So here's all that comes in this bag for this recipe. We have 6 ounces of green beans, scallions, 1 ounce of sour cream, half an ounce of honey, ginger, half a cup of rice, 1 ounce of soy sauce, 1 sriracha package, 1 ounce of mayonnaise, and 2 ounces of panko. Let's start by peeling and mincing the ginger. I did think that the amount of ginger given was a little too much, so I'm not using the whole piece that they gave. I'm using about half. Next, we will trim and thinly slice the scallions, separating the whites from the greens. Set it aside and let's make the firecracker sauce. Into a bowl, combine the mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and the sriracha. I will mix for a little bit. Now we add the sour cream, the honey, whisk it all together and set it aside. Step number 3 is to cook the rice. Into a small pot, combine the rice and 3/4 of a cup of water. Add a pinch of salt and bring to a boil, then cover and reduce to a low simmer. Cook until rice is tender, about 15 to 18 minutes, and keep covered off the heat until ready to serve. Now let's make the meatballs. Into a bowl, combine the beef, panko, the ginger, the whites from the scallion, and the greens did say to set it aside for the topping, but I thought it was a little too much, so I add a little bit here. Let's add some salt and pepper. Mix all together. I'm not sponsored by HelloFresh whatsoever. This is my honest review and opinion. I will link the website on the description just in case you would like to try. And add the remaining soy sauce, mixing everything together again. Now start forming your meatballs. This will give you about 10 to 12 1.5 inch meatballs. Transfer your meatballs to one side of a baking sheet. To the other side, add your green beans. Try to keep the green beans in one layer. Add salt and pepper. And olive oil. Bake at 425 for about 14 to 16 minutes. I baked the meatballs and green beans for about 15 minutes, and here's what they look like. Now toss your meatballs into the firecracker sauce. And now it's time to plate. This meal prep is for 2 people, so divide the rice in between the 2 plates. Same thing with the meatballs, 6 meatballs per plate. And the green beans. Drizzle the remaining firecracker sauce on top of your meatballs. And finish the plate with the scallions. And here it is, my first HelloFresh meal, firecracker meatballs. Now let's make the citrus pork tacos. The add-ons for this recipe is salt and pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of oil. It comes with 10 ounces of ground pork. Now let's check what we have in the bag. 1 green pepper, 1 red onion, 1 orange, 1 lime, cilantro, 1 tablespoon of Southwest spice blend, 1 ounce of Tex-Mex paste, 2 ounces of sour cream, and 6 tortillas. Have peel and thinly slice your red onion. Halve, core, and thinly slice the green pepper into strips. Quarter the lime. Halve the orange. And roughly chop the cilantro. Into a small microwave-safe bowl, combine 1/4 of the onion. Add some lime. One-fourth of a teaspoon of sugar, some salt, and microwave for 30 seconds. Into a separate bowl, combine the 2 ounces of sour cream with 1/4 of a teaspoon of the Southwest spice. Season with salt and pepper. Now stir in some water little by little until this mixture reaches a drizzling consistency. For step number 3, just add some olive oil into a pan over medium-high heat. Add your green peppers and remaining onion, and cook until browned and tender, about 5 to 7 minutes. And the veggies are done, so remove from the pan and set it aside. Now on the same pan, just add a little more of olive oil and add your ground pork. Add the remaining Southwest spice. Cook your pork, breaking up the meat into pieces until browned, and this will take about 3 to 4 minutes. Now stir in the Tex-Mex paste. Add the juice from the orange and some lime. Mix it all together and bring to a simmer, cooking for about 2 to 3 minutes. Add salt and pepper to taste, and it's done. Now on step number 5, it tells you to wrap the tortillas into a damp paper towel and microwave until warm and pliable for about 30 seconds. Step number 6 is to build your tacos and serve. So divide your tortillas between 2 plates and fill with the pork filling. Add the veggies. Drizzle some crema on top. Add a lime wedge to the plate and top the tacos with the pickled onions and cilantro. And just like that, we have our second HelloFresh meal, citrus pork tacos. Now for a third and final meal of HelloFresh, the onion crunch chicken. The add-ons for this recipe is salt and pepper, 1/4 of teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of oil, and 2 tablespoons of butter. It comes with 10 ounces of chicken cutlet, and now let's check what we have in the bag. 6 ounces of green beans, 2 sweet potatoes, 1 ounce of Monterey Jack cheese, 1 ounce of crispy onions, 1 ounce of mayonnaise, 0.35 ounces of Dijon mustard, and 1 ounce of sour cream. The first step is to peel and dice your sweet potatoes. I put a paper towel into my cutting board. That way it's easier for me to remove all the peel from here, and my cutting board is not dirty at all. Discard the peels and dice the sweet potatoes. If you are still watching, let me know in the comments if you have tried HelloFresh or any other meal kit, and if so, share your experiences with us. And if you have not, would you give it a try after watching this video? I would love to know. Step number 2 is to cook your sweet potatoes. So add to a medium pot some water and bring to a boil. Cook until tender, about 15 to 20 minutes, and I add a little bit of salt to my potato. Now let's make the chicken crust. Into a small bowl, combine the mayonnaise, the mustard, some salt and pepper, mix for a little bit. Add the sugar, mix for a little bit, and set aside. Now, using your hand, finally crush the crispy fried onions in the little bag and add to a bowl. Add the cheese and mix well together. Step number 3 is to coat the chicken. So add your chicken into a baking sheet and pat dry with paper towels. Now, the recipe did say to add salt and pepper, but I'm just adding pepper. I'm just trying to stay away from too much salt. Now, spread the top of the chicken with a little bit of the Dijonnaise sauce. And cover with the crispy fried onion mixture, pressing to get stuck to your chicken. Add the green beans to the other side of your baking sheet, making one layer. Season with salt and pepper and drizzle with olive oil. Bake at 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Step number 5 is to mash the sweet potatoes. I drained the sweet potatoes, but I kept a little bit of that water for later. I add 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 ounce of the sour cream. The recipe does call for salt and pepper, but I'm just adding pepper. We're trying to stay away from too much salt. And now we're gonna mash everything together. Now add a little bit of that water that we kept from the cooking of the sweet potato and mix it all together, and you have your mashed sweet potatoes. Set aside. Green beans and chicken are out of the oven, and now step number 6 is to serve. So divide between 2 plates the mashed potato, the chicken, and the green beans, and add a side of the Dijonnaise. And here we have it, our third and final meal from HelloFresh, the onion crunch chicken. Now for my honest review and opinion. I'll give this meal kit a 4 out of 5 just because to the fact that for the amount of money, you could get a lot more at the grocery store. But the flavor is pretty good, the portion size is okay. There's no waste of food, so you're not throwing anything away, and it's super easy to follow. I think this would be great to someone that is just learning how to cook, or to someone that has not much time to spend at the grocery store or does not like to grocery shop. Would I try this again? Absolutely. And that is all for today, everyone. As always, I'm so grateful to have you in my kitchen. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you on the next one. Ciao!